Here are solutions to homework set number 8 for ECE 211 Circuits 1. This homework set looks at phasor analysis on op-amp circuits, active filters, and superposition. Now, the first problem is, suppose I have the following circuit where V0 is a 1 kilohertz sine wave that's 3 volts peak to peak, or 1.5 volts peak. Find the voltages in this circuit. Now, there's a couple ways of looking at this. If I vary the frequency, that's something we'll do in circuits 2. In circuits 1, given a fixed frequency, everything in the circuit's now a fixed number, and I can find that using phasors. So V0 in phasor notation is 0 minus j 1.5. Again, is real parts cosine minus j is sine. Resistors don't change. Capacitor becomes 1 over j omega c. Plug in omega is 6280, c is 0.1 microfarad. Then this is minus j 1592 ohms. And that's about it. Okay, so here's the phasor representation. The next step is to write the voltage node equations and solve. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes. I need 4 equations for 4 unknowns. One of them is really easy. V0 is minus j 1.5. The second equation is also pretty easy. V plus equals V minus. V2 equals V3. The other 2 equations I got to work for. So one equation, I would really like to write the node equation V3, but I can't because I don't know what the current is out of the op-amp. Instead, write the node equation of V1. That's the current left plus the current right plus the current up equals 0. That's V1 minus V0 over 1K plus V1 minus V2 over 1K plus V1 minus V3 over minus J 1592. Again, just like what we did at DC, only now with complex numbers. The last equation is at node 2. The current left plus the current down equals 0. V2 minus V1 over 1K plus V2 over minus J 1592 equals 0. So here's my 4 equations for unknowns. Solve. This is where MATLAB really shines. MATLAB is really good at solving n equations and unknowns, and it doesn't care. Real numbers, complex numbers, it'll solve both. To solve, I'll do what we did before. Group the terms, put in matrix form, then solve in MATLAB. So grouping the terms, here's my first equation, second equation, third equation, grouping all the V1s together, fourth equation. Now put that in matrix form. Again, for my own sanity, just kind of like labeling, first column is times V0, V1, V2, V3. So here's the first equation. V0 is minus 1.5J. V2 minus V3 equals 0. Minus 1 over 1,000 V0. This mess times V1, that times V2, V3 is 0, and so on. Call this A, call that B. The voltage is the inverse of A times B. So put that into MATLAB. Here's B. Voltage is inverse of A times B. Poof, done. Now what that means is this is 1 kilohertz, and the frequency doesn't change. The real part's cosine minus J is sine. And using calculations, I prefer rectangular form. In lab or graphs, I prefer polar form. And what that means is real part's cosine minus J is sine. In polar form, here's the amplitude, there's the angle. So the amplitude is right here, and here's the angle. And notice V2 equals V3. I prefer polar form because that's easier to see on a graph. On the sine waves, this is the peak of the sine wave. The angle is the delay. So if I go into Circuit Lab, build this, and then simulate it, here's your V0, V1, V2. Note that the peak matches the calculations. This is the peak of V0, 1.5 volts, V1's peak, V2's peak. And the angle is the delay. If this is t equals 0, then this is the delay of V0, minus 90 degrees, delay on V1, delay on V2. So for V0, the peak is 1.5 volts, the delay is 0.252 milliseconds, the period is 1 millisecond, 1 kilohertz. So here's the phase shift, here's what I get from Circuit Lab, here's what I calculated. for V1, the yellow line. Here's the peak. The peak is 1.26 volts, delayed by 0.34 milliseconds, corresponding to minus 122 degrees. Here's the calculations. Again, those match. For V2, the green line, here's the peak. There's the delay. Peak is at 1.06 volts, delayed by 0.432 milliseconds. 0.432 milliseconds corresponds to minus 155 degrees. Here's what Circuit Lab gave me. Here's my calculations. Again, they match. In lab, it's now build the circuit and verify that you get the same readings. So when I build the circuit, again, here's my op amp. Here is plus 9 volts. Here is minus 9 volts. And this is ground. Here's my one battery, plus minus. Here's the second battery, plus minus. The middle lines are tied together. These are the common grounds. The op amp, this is a 3904, I think, 354 op amp. This is your minus 9 volts. Here's the plus 9 volts. Here's the output, B minus, B plus. I've got my two 1K resistors coming in. Here's the output, capacitor, capacitor. Apply a 1 kilohertz sine wave input. That is the yellow line. The output right here is the blue line. That is V3. So by moving the probe around, I can measure V3, V2, V1, and V0. And what I get is, here's V0, calculated, Circuit Lab, and measured, matches up. Here is V1, and this is kind of defined as minus 90 degrees. T equals 0 is an arbitrary number. I'm going to pick it so that T equals 0 is at the zero crossing, making V0 a sine wave, minus 90 degrees phase shift relative to cosine. Here is V1. The amplitudes match up and the phases pretty much match up. V2, amplitudes match up and the phases match up. Also notice that the answers are a little bit different. The voltages are a little bit different in amplitude, a little bit different in angle. Part of the reason is the capacitors have, I think, 10% tolerance, resistors have 5% tolerance. They're going to vary a little bit. So the gains will vary, the angles will vary, not by a lot, but they will vary. There's also measurement error. So they're not going to be exactly the same, but they should be close. So again, calculations, phasor analysis works, Circuit Lab works, the real acid test is measured. These are all good ways to describe what you're going to measure. And kind of illustrating it, this is kind of zooming in. If this is V0 in yellow, the blue line is V1. I can pull up the peak-to-peak voltage right here. So half of that is the peak voltage. Here is, we'll just do the zero crossings. Here's one zero crossing, there's the other zero crossing. Here's the delay. As function of the period is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 divisions. So the delay is about 1 division out of 10. And likewise for V0 and V2. Going through the sample calculations. Okay, new problem. Here's another circuit. Suppose the input is a 3 volt peak-to-peak, 2 kilohertz sine wave. Find the voltages on this circuit. Well, once again, the first step is convert to phasors. Here's the input, minus 1.5 J, real part's cosine, minus J is sine. Resistors stay the same. Capacitor becomes 1 over J omega C. In this case, becomes minus 796 J. Now write the node equations. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes. I need 4 equations for 4 unknowns. 1 is really easy. B0 is minus 1.5 J. 2 is easy. B plus equals B minus, B2 equals 0. I need 2 more equations. I can do the node equation V1, current left, down, up, and right equals 0. That's B1 minus B0 over 1K, plus B1 over 1K, plus B1 minus B3 over minus J796, plus B1 minus B2 over minus J796 equals 0. This equation. And the last equation is in node 2, current left plus current up equals 0, B2 minus B1 over minus 796J plus B2 minus B3 over 1K equals 0 gives you 4 equations for unknowns. To solve, same as before, group the terms, place in matrix form, throw it into MATLAB, solve, here's my answer. In polar form, here's the amplitude, there's the angle. So here's what I get so far. Here's your B1, B2, and B3. To check your answer, I could throw it into Circuit Lab, build a circuit, simulate it, and here is B0. Here's B0, B1, B2, B3. From the graph, I can pull out the peak. The time of the peak gives you the angle. Here's B1 that I got off the graph. B2 is basically 0. And B3, here's the peak, the time of the peak, corresponding phase shift. And what you're left with is calculations, match Circuit Lab. So these all match up. So that is homework set number 8 for ECE 211, Circuits 1.